Firefighters, they're telling people you got to take this heat seriously. They had 3 mountain rescues in one day over the weekend.
Unbelievable. 12 News journalist Tori King, she is live at Camelback Mountain with what happened and the safety reminders crews want every hiker to know. Tori, you've been out there all morning long and there always have been people walking behind you. I mean, this obviously is a very popular hotspot right now.
Oh yeah, no, there's been hikers here all morning. Last time we did a story here, there was hikers here all morning as well. So this is definitely one of the most popular trails in the entire valley. But we do know during the summertime, especially, people still want to go out and hike. So they do come before the sun goes up. And that's what a lot of people are doing this morning. We had to wait in a line just for them to open the gates to get into this area. So very, very popular trail. But that popularity also kind of a downside here in the wintertime, or excuse me, in the summertime, especially with those high temperatures. I want to go ahead and show you some video from one of those rescues that happened yesterday. This is brand new video that we got from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. They tell us that over the weekend we had 3 rescues. This was just one of them, okay? Happened around 11:45 yesterday morning. They say a woman was hiking here at Echo Canyon. She suffered a heat-related medical emergency with temperatures near 100 degrees. Phoenix Fire determined that a helicopter hoist was the safest way to get her off the mountain because of her condition and also where she was on the trail. They say it would have been too dangerous for firefighters to hike up there themselves. Then the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office Aviation Division, well, they flew her to a landing zone where Phoenix firefighters immediately placed her in cold water after her body temperature climbed up to 104 degrees. Really, really dangerous there. She was then taken to the hospital in critical condition. Just a few hours later, firefighters were called out to Piestewa Peak after a man became dizzy. He was about 2 miles from the trailhead there. Crews managed to walk him down the mountain. He did not need to go to the hospital. And then later that day, crews responded to a 3rd mountain rescue when a hiker experienced chest pain near the summit here at Camelback Mountain. Because of the hiker's location, a helicopter again was called in to help get that patient to safety. With so many rescues now, firefighters warning hikers to be vigilant, be careful, and be prepared. Here's what they had to tell us.
And you can start your hike at 90 degrees, and in 1 hour it can be 100 degrees. That heat's going to sneak up on you. If you're on the trail and you're constantly getting direct sunlight, it is going to sneak up on you. That's why we always say please hike in the cooler parts of the day. That's early morning, late afternoon.
So with temperatures expected to climb above 110 degrees this week, fire officials say the best way to avoid becoming their next rescue is to plan ahead before you hit the trail. So what can you do, okay? Hike early. Start early. Begin your hike before the hottest part of the day. That woman who had to be rescued from the helicopter, she was hiking at 11:45, okay? That's going to be way too late here in this heat. Also, bring plenty of water. Drink that water often. Do not wait until you're thirsty. If you think you have enough, maybe bring additional water bottles just in case. And then, of course, know your limits, right? Turn around at the first sign of heat illness if you're feeling dizzy, dehydrated, anything like that. Make sure that you turn around and start walking back down the mountain. If you feel sick, do not try to push through the hike. Find some shade and get help before it becomes an emergency. Just a reminder, with this extreme heat warning in effect, by the way, several trails are going to be closed. That's going to be taking place between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. So back out here live, this is going to be one of those trails that closes early, okay? Because the most popular ones are also tend to be some of the most strenuous ones and tend to turn into dangerous situations. So this trail is only going to be open for about another 2 hours today before it shuts down because of that extreme heat. If you'd like to see a list of the full closures around the valley, we do have that on our website. Just go to 12news.com. We'll also have a lot of those safety tips on there as well. Reporting here at Echo Canyon Trailhead, I'm Tori King with 12 News Today in AZ.
Yeah, Tori, before we let you go real quick, because earlier you said a pretty interesting stat. A lot of times people think that these people who are getting rescued are from out of town, that they're not used to this heat. But you said something earlier that really stuck to me, and if you could repeat that one more time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've covered this story several times, and we're going to continue to cover this story several times. And so we've talked to fire officials a lot. They told me last month that over 60% of people rescued here on the trailheads are Arizona locals. So whether that means Phoenix, whether it means Tucson, anywhere around the state, they are people who live here in live here in Arizona, and they know the temperature, they know the climate, they're very aware of how hot it can get. So you'd think it's tourists that are getting stranded and not knowing what to do, but no, I think it's a lot of times 60% Arizona locals who might be trying to challenge each other or, see if they can reach the peak. It's people here in Arizona, guys. Pretty bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, that really is kind of a sobering statistic, and it just shows that this heat is not to be messed with. All right, thanks, Tori. We appreciate it.